So these are all the envelopes that we made last week, and then I made a few more this morning where I actually laid out, addresses and stuff. So let's start with, if you have a bone folder, you want to get that out. If you don't have a bone folder, you can crease with a butter knife or a spoon or just your fingernail across the page. And we're going to start with this one. All right, the basic envelope fold. All right, so it's one sheet of paper, and we actually fold it in half and then cut a scalloped edge, which is optional. These are different ways that you can fill out. You can write your letter first so that you're not writing over a fold, and it can go this way, read vertically, or it can read horizontally. It doesn't matter. But the way that this envelope opens up is horizontal, right? And one of the reasons why I cut this shorter is so that it looks, you can see a peek. It gives you a preview, a very, sweet little preview about what's inside. So this, when an envelope is a present that you send someone because it has to be opened. And there's also a private, intimate, it's a very intimate experience. So it gets touched by lots of people. It has, it has a journey. And the process of opening up an envelope is really fun. So this one opens up. You've got one open. You've got a peek on as to what's inside, and then you open it again. Then you've got this beautiful intro, which you can write. You can do someone's monogram. You can say, "Dear so-and-so." You could do the date. You could do whatever you like. And then you open it up and you get this great gift. So this one, let's go ahead and practice one of these. And I'm going to get a stack of paper. You just need... This is just regular copy paper. You can use whatever you like. But I'm going to start with horizontal. And you want to fold it in half. So I just match up one corner and the next corner, pinch it in the center, and work my way up and down. So this is the width. I've just established the width of my envelope. Then I'm going to take the bottom and fold it up so I've got about 1.5 inches or 2 inches. Yeah, that's 1.5 inches. And if I'm recording this session, so if I go too fast and you miss something, don't fret. You'll be able to watch and download, stream the recording for as long as you like. All right, so fold it up this way, and then I'm going to fold this on top. Okay. And then to close it, I sort of open this up like it's a mouth, tuck this in, and then I put tape all the way across. And this right here, I've got a drawing of my tape, this yellow piece right here. Now, you could leave this as it is, right? But if you want to make it, if you want to be a little extra, take pencil and draw a scallop. Then take your scissors and cut those out. So now I have this really adorable little frame. And you can also go. You can do your monogram, your dear so-and-so. You could draw a flower. And there's your letter on the inside. Very, very simple. Alright, now here's what I do when I use the washi tape. I go all the way across. And I cut the ends. Go ahead, honey. Go ahead. All right. Totally adorable. And then you can put your stamp anywhere you want. You can actually put your stamp anywhere. The post office says it has to go in the upper right-hand corner. That is not true. You can put it wherever you like. If you put it in a weird space and you go to the post office and you hand it to your disgruntled postal worker, they are going to chastise you for not putting your stamp in the right place. Just put it in the mailbox. And if you're really worried about the legibility of anything, of course put your address, your return address on the back so they can send it to you. The other thing you can do is use 2 stamps. And that should make them happy. Now, I'm going to show you this envelope. The other reason why you would want to do 2 stamps is if you were doing a vertically addressed envelope, such as this one. If it goes vertical, you've got to do 2 stamps. I have gotten away with just 1, but it's always a little tricky. So, the other thing you can do if you're worried about this not getting to its place is that for the return address, instead of putting your address, you can repeat that person's address. So then it has to go there. But the only way that you'll know it got there, if it got there, is if that person says, yeah, I got it. So there's a bit of a gamble, but it's very exciting. It's worth it. All right, so that's one. Put this aside, and I'm going to take pictures of all of these and put them in our folder so that you can use these for reference as well. So that's the first one. All right, the second one I'm going to do is the basic envelope fold. This one. Now those directions will tell you to fold, in half, and then to make a crease, but I don't want you to make a crease. All I want you to do is fold it in half and do a pinch on the bottom, just a little pinch to mark the half, and then do a little pinch on the top, just with your thumbnail. Now you can see I've got this crease and I know where the center is. That's all you need to know. So if you know where the center is, then you can do this thing that's called a gatefold. And a gatefold looks just like a gate. So we are going to take the right side and fold it into the center. And I know where the center is because I marked it with my little pinches. And take your bone folder and crease that fold. And then rotate it and do the other side. Alright, so here's the other side, and now I have a gate. So, and when you look at this envelope, this is the one that we're doing right now. So I've got my front addressed, which you're going to do later. Here's my gatefold, and then we're going to fold this up and do this about an inch or an inch and a half from the top. And then the top. All right. And then you have an opportunity on the inside. You know, you can do someone's initials. You could say hello. You could do the date. Do as many flourishes as you like. Okay. You can also tuck this in. And then put washi tape. You can either put washi tape all the way across or just do a little strip of it. So I'll do that in a minute. Now, the other cool thing about these like, the reason why you would ever want to not use an envelope is if you enjoyed folding and creating this little multi-stepped hello, this intimate experience for yourself and your recipient. And back in the day, before there were envelopes, people would just write their letter and then fold it in such a way that it made it private, right? And the Postal Service charged per sheet of paper, so it was less expensive to write your letter and then fold it in on itself, which is very cool. It's just like fruit. It's like a banana. It's got its own packaging. The other really cool thing about making these folds is that you can fold and unfold it. And when you unfold it, you can play around with bleeds. And a bleed is an image that goes off the edge of the paper that wraps around. And that's very exciting. So here's an example of a bleed. This would be a decorative bleed. So when you close the envelope, you have this artwork that disappears off the edge, which is a powerful way to, it's a powerful placement for artwork. And then when you open it up, you get to see the rest of your drawing. So you could have a design that wraps all the way around, and that's pretty powerful. And I would not recommend having a stamp fold unless you've got a decorative stamp that, like this one is a vintage stamp that has already been used. So I could collage with vintage stamps and have them wrap around. All right, so I'm going to take this envelope right here and close it. Hello, Facebook. We're doing a live Facebook thingy right now. All right. You can wrap this all the way around, or you can just do a wax seal is also, if you're into wax seals, this is a wonderful way to use that. Okay? And then your return address goes here. Okay. So that's envelope number 2. And don't worry about, this being open. If you don't want that to be open, then you would wrap your tape all the way around.